Have you ever been in a conversation that just feels like you're talking to a brick wall? You're talking, they're talking, but nothing is actually happening? Well, that's all about to change. Today, we're going to break down how to have conversations that don't just end, but actually build something. Let's dive in.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll figure out why conversations crash and burn. Then, I'll give you a super simple 4-ingredient recipe for success. After that, we'll get into the tricky stuff, how to disagree without being disagreeable. We'll also cover how to build solutions as a team, and finally, how to take all these skills and use them in your actual life.
All right, first up, let's talk about something we've all experienced, a conversation that just completely stalls out. Why does that happen? What's the secret ingredient that's missing?
You know the feeling, right? It's so frustrating. You're trying to connect, trying to explain, but it feels like your words are just bouncing right off. That's that conversational brick wall. But here's the good news. There's a way to break right through it.
You know, every conversation can go one of two ways. On the left, you've got the unproductive route. It's all about interrupting, shooting down ideas, and talking over each other. It's basically a verbal demolition derby. But on the right, you've got collaborative talk. That's where we're actively listening, building on each other's ideas, and actually taking turns. That's not a fight. That's a construction site for new ideas.
So how do we get to that construction site instead of the demolition derby? Well, it all comes down to a really simple 4-ingredient recipe. And trust me, anyone can learn this. It's the foundation for every single productive discussion.
Okay, let's break down this recipe. Ingredient number 1, active listening. And I don't just mean waiting for your turn to talk. I mean really hearing what the other person is saying, the words, the feeling, all of it. Number 2, taking turns. Simple, right? But it's crucial. It's about making sure the floor is shared. Number 3 is responding thoughtfully. This is key. It's about connecting what you say to what they just said. It shows you're in it together. And finally, number 4, using evidence. This is how you make your points land. You back up your ideas with facts or examples. It just makes your whole argument stronger.
All right, let's see this recipe in action, or, well, a lack of the recipe. Imagine a couple of students, right? They're talking about a class pet. Liam throws out an idea. I think we should get a hamster. And immediately, Chloe just shuts it down. That's a silly idea. Fish are way better. Oof. You can just feel the conversation grind to a halt.
So, let's be detectives for a second. Looking back at our 4 ingredients, what did Chloe miss? Well, pretty much everything. There was definitely no active listening. She didn't consider Liam's idea at all. And her response was the opposite of thoughtful. It was just dismissive. But then, another student, Maya, jumps in. And this is a masterclass. Look at what she does. She starts by validating Chloe. I see your point about fish being low maintenance. Boom, that's active listening. Then she says, but Liam, I agree that a hamster would be more interactive. See that? She's building a bridge between both ideas. That is a thoughtful response, and it totally changes the energy of the conversation. Okay, so Maya's response brings up a really important point: disagreement. A lot of us think disagreement is bad, but it's actually essential for good ideas. The trick is to challenge the idea, not the person. Let's look at how. This right here, this is gold. Think of these as conversational cheat codes. Instead of just saying, "you're wrong," which puts people on the defensive, try a simple switch. I see your point, but I think differently because, or another way to look at it could be. It completely changes the tone from a confrontation to a collaboration. These little phrases are absolute game changers.
All right, so we've got the one-on-one stuff down, but what happens when you're in a group? How do you take a bunch of different opinions and turn them into one solid plan that everyone can get behind?
And this is the whole point, isn't it? A truly great discussion isn't a competition to see whose idea wins. It's about taking a piece from everyone and building something bigger and better than any single person could have come up with alone. It's about co-creation.
Now, if you want to make group work really effective, try assigning roles. It works wonders. You have the facilitator, that's your team captain, making sure everyone gets a chance to speak. Then there's the recorder, who's like the team secretary, jotting down all those brilliant ideas so they don't get lost. The idea builder is the one connecting the dots between different thoughts. And the evidence collector? That's your detective, finding the facts to back everything up. When everyone has a job, the whole team works better.
Okay, so we've got the recipe, the tools for disagreeing, and the structure for group discussions. Now for the most important part. How do you actually use this stuff in the real world?
And the answer is everywhere. Seriously, think about it. Deciding on a big project at work? This will help. Trying to figure out where to go on a family vacation without it turning into a fight? This is your toolkit. Talking with neighbors, or even just picking a movie with friends. These skills make every single one of those interactions smoother and more productive.
So, as we wrap up, let's just go over the big takeaways. First, and this is huge, being a good communicator is a skill you can learn. It's not magic. Second, that 4-ingredient recipe is your starting point for everything. Third, those little sentence starters for disagreeing, use them. They are your superpower. And finally, remember that working as a team always leads to better solutions.
So I'll leave you with this question. Think about your week ahead. Which conversation, at work, at home, with friends, are you going to make better using this recipe? The power to change your conversations is literally in your hands. Now go out there and start building some bridges. Thanks so much for tuning in.